Oprah Winfrey was born into circumstances that were far from easy. Arriving in 1954 in rural Mississippi to a teenage mother, her earliest days were shaped by uncertainty and struggle. Her mother, Vernita Lee, was doing her best under difficult conditions, navigating poverty and social challenges that were common in the segregated American South of that era. Oprah spent much of her early childhood with her grandmother, Hattie Mae Lee, in a small rural home. Life there was strict, but it also carried a sense of discipline and moral grounding. Resources were scarce, clothing was limited, and daily life required resilience. But there was also a sense of care that helped shape Oprah's early character. These formative years were a mix of hardship and quiet strength, laying the emotional foundation for the person she would one day become. Even in such conditions, she began to develop a sharp mind and a deep sensitivity to the world around her. Instability and the search for belonging. As Oprah grew older, stability became harder to find. She moved between different households, sometimes living with her mother, sometimes with relatives, and occasionally with people outside the immediate family. Each move meant adapting to new environments, new expectations, and unfamiliar emotional landscapes. For a child, this kind of instability can create a lingering sense of uncertainty, and Oprah was no exception. She often had to adjust quickly, learning how to read people and situations in order to feel safe. This constant shifting shaped her ability to observe and understand others deeply. At the same time, it created a quiet longing for consistency and belonging. Despite these challenges, Oprah showed early signs of strength. She became a keen listener, absorbing stories and emotions from those around her. These experiences, though difficult, played a significant role in shaping her empathy and emotional intelligence, qualities that would later define her connection with millions of people around the world. Early emotional struggles and silent pain. During her childhood, Oprah faced deeply troubling experiences that left lasting emotional effects. She has spoken publicly about being exposed to inappropriate situations at a very young age, long before she could fully understand what was happening. These moments were confusing, frightening, and isolating, especially for a child who lacked the support and guidance needed to process them. Instead of understanding, there was silence. Instead of protection, there was vulnerability. For years, she carried this pain quietly, unsure of how to express it or even fully comprehend it. Such experiences can leave deep emotional imprints, shaping how a person views trust, safety, and self-worth. For Oprah, this period became one of the most challenging parts of her early life. Yet, even in the face of such hardship, the seeds of resilience were forming. She would later use her voice not only to share her own story, but to create space for others to speak about their experiences as well. A turning point in the role of guidance. A major shift came when Oprah moved to Nashville to live with her father, Vernon Winfrey. This transition introduced a level of structure and discipline that had been missing from her earlier years. Her father emphasized education, responsibility, and personal growth, providing a more stable environment where she could begin to rebuild her sense of self. While the past could not be erased, this new chapter offered a chance for direction and focus. Oprah began to excel academically, discovering her love for reading and communication. It was during this time that she started to recognize her own potential. The stability she found in Nashville did not remove the pain she carried, but it gave her the tools to move forward. This period became a crucial turning point, showing that even after years of instability, change and growth were possible with the right support and environment. Loss, grief, and personal challenges. As a teenager, Oprah faced another deeply painful experience when she became pregnant at a young age. The situation was overwhelming, especially given everything she had already endured. Tragically, the child was born prematurely and did not survive. This loss brought a profound sense of grief and emotional weight that would have been difficult for anyone, let alone someone so young. It forced Oprah to confront complex feelings about life, loss, and identity far earlier than most. Adding to this pain was the challenge of dealing with public exposure of deeply personal events, which made healing even more difficult. These experiences, though heartbreaking, contributed to her growing understanding of human vulnerability. They also strengthened her determination to rise above her circumstances. Over time, she began to channel these emotions into a deeper sense of purpose, using her story as a source of strength rather than allowing it to define her limitations. A complicated relationship with her mother. Oprah's relationship with her mother remained complex throughout her life. There were moments of distance, misunderstanding, and emotional gaps that were difficult to bridge. Growing up, she often longed for a deeper connection, but circumstances and life challenges created barriers between them. Over time, Oprah came to understand the difficulties her mother had faced as a young woman trying to navigate her own struggles. This understanding brought a sense of compassion, even when feelings of hurt and longing remained. Later in life, as her mother's health declined, Oprah was faced with the emotional reality of saying goodbye. Their final conversations carried a mix of reflection, forgiveness, and unresolved feelings. It was not a perfect resolution, but it was a meaningful one. Through this experience, Oprah demonstrated her ability to confront complex emotions with honesty, showing that healing does not always mean erasing the past, but learning to understand it with empathy. The loss of a brother and expanding empathy. Another significant loss in Oprah's life was the passing of her brother, Jeffrey Lee, in 1989. His death deeply affected her, not only because of their bond, but also because of the circumstances surrounding it. Oprah has spoken about the challenges he faced and the broader social issues that impacted his life. This loss expanded her awareness of how societal attitudes can affect individuals and families. It reinforced her commitment to creating spaces where people feel seen, heard, and accepted. Grief, in this case, became a source of motivation. Rather than retreating, Oprah chose to use her platform to advocate for understanding and compassion. Her brother's memory became part of her larger mission, to foster conversations that challenge stigma and promote empathy. This ability to transform personal pain into meaningful action became one of the defining aspects of her life's work, rising above and building a legacy. Despite the many challenges she faced, Oprah's journey is ultimately one of resilience and transformation. She did not allow her past to define her future. Instead, she used her experiences to build a career centered on connection, storytelling, and understanding. Through her work in media, she created a platform where people could share their stories openly, often bringing attention to issues that were rarely discussed. Her ability to connect with others came directly from the empathy she developed through her own life experiences. Over time, she built not just a career, but a legacy, one that extends beyond success into meaningful impact. Oprah's story shows that even in the face of profound hardship, it is possible to grow, to heal, and to create something positive. Her journey continues to inspire many, not because it is perfect, but because it is deeply human.